Let's see. We got.
Hold on, make sure I'm I think it's on.
Shit.
I think it's on.
Oh well, they gonna have to.
All right, because if I hear it, I know it's gonna mess up the recording.
Oh well, here we go.
Oh well. Oh man, all right. That's our studio audience.
Yeah.
They clap for us every day.
Clap. Yeah.
All right, so that's yours. Why am I taking yours?
Damn. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
All right, let me get my notes and shit. Welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And this is episode 194.
194, nigga.
Yeah, man. All right, take it to the 90s.
Not the 90 now.
Yes,
90
sir.
now.
So, how was your week this week, my man?
Week went pretty good. I got all my homework shit. Got everything kind of like knocked out. I mean, I still got to do a couple other things, but yeah, man, just staying on top of it, man. And yeah, I feel pretty good this week. How about you, sir?
Mine was pretty good too. This week actually flew by, man. I mean, before I knew it, it was already time to, come back for the weekend.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, I turned around, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, out of the work week, they really pushed me to the limit this week. Some of them customers, I was like, man, I'm so close to losing my job right now.
Dang, yo.
But, I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah, you gonna be on the style piece like, yo, fuck everybody. You know what I mean? Fuck this shit.
I don't need this. But, you got to maintain, you got to maintain. Yeah. But it was a good week because it went by fast, So we're here again, and we are fastly approaching 200 episodes. 200? So y'all get ready for that. Yeah. All right. So, before we go too much further, don't forget, please hit the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
We need that funding.
Need funds allocated. But anyway.
But yeah, man, we can go ahead and jump in. I don't think there was any kind of health issues or anybody that passed this week. So we're going to jump into the question of the day. I don't know if any of y'all saw it, but yesterday Kanye went on social media and kind of went a little crazy with it, and I got this from my stepdaughter. She was telling me about this. But he was basically kind of ranting and raving about how he doesn't have access to tell his daughter or stop his daughter from being on social media, his daughter North. And so he was like, I guess he had told him he didn't want her on there, but she'd been on there for a minute, and he's kind of mad, like, because he was asking people, what can I do, now that I'm going through this divorce. So question of the day is, do y'all think Kanye should have more access to the kids, as a parent? You know what I mean? Do you think he should, or do y'all just take Kim's side and like, nah, keep him away? You know what I mean? What do you think about that whole thing?
Well, I mean, I don't think Kanye might have his issue, but
yeah, I
don't think this is just me personally. I'm not in the, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't say like, oh, but if he wants to be in his daughter's life, especially him being a black man, we already got the rap that, oh, we ain't shit and we ain't for the kids and stuff like that.
Right.
We already got that rap. So if he wants to see the kid, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think he should be able to have, they should at least come to an agreement or some type of, understanding, like some type, like, hey, okay, I'll get her this weekend,
right?
Or I'll get her this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's obviously the man loves the child. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He, in the Drink Champs episode, I mean, everybody could put on, but when he said, home, my house is wherever I walk, my home is, where I speak to my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so basically, for a man to say that, he definitely got,
absolutely got love for them kids, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think she should keep them away from the. I mean, whatever y'all got, that's one thing, but
right.
Yeah, I mean, that's y'all made a child together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Let that man see his kid. That's just me.
Absolutely, man. I agree. I think he should be able to see the kids and have some say so in their lives. You know what I mean? He is their father. And, there's nothing that you can do more damaging to a man, even more so a black man, than to give him no access to his kids and take away his parental rights. You know what I mean?
And even with that too, it's what type of damage you doing to the child? I don't mean to cut you off, but what type of damage you putting to the child? Yeah. She'll probably turn her against him, and he gonna be like, well, look, all my life I've been trying to get to you,
right?
To at least tell you my side. You know what I'm saying? I understand you love your mom, this, that, and the third, blase, but this is my side. This is how I see it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I certainly understand that. I think he should definitely have that. Because I've never heard of him having any issues where he was trying to harm the kids or anything like that. So it's like, yeah, just because y'all divorced don't mean you got to keep his kids away from him. You know what I mean? Let him have some say so. Even if y'all don't live together, he still should have some say so. Now, granted, you know what I mean? My stepdaughter was telling me how North has been on the social media site for a while.
Yeah.
So she's like, why it's kind of ironic that he's saying something now. But still, you know what I mean? It's like he should have at least some say so. They shouldn't kind of shut him out and stuff like that. So I don't agree with that. But y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think of our question of the day. And we'll go from there. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more about that later.
Yeah.
We can kind of go into more detail about what happened. All right. So let me jump into some birthdays real quick and kind of give some people some flowers. Let's see. Today's the 5th, right?
The 5th.
Yep. So today, Kevin Gates got a birthday. I don't know what he's doing these days. I haven't heard anything from him lately.
Yeah, man, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I really hope he's probably doing something.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy birthday to Kevin Gates. Coming up on the 7th, Free from 106 in Park, aka Free Marie.
All right.
Happy birthday to her. Also on the 7th, DJ Kid Capri.
Kid Capri.
Yes, sir. And on the same day, another legendary music mogul, Jay Dilla. Rest in peace and happy birthday.
You check out the thing that Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers said about Dilla. Dude, man, I was about to fucking ball. Dude.
Wow.
He said he was going through fields or like doing hiking and stuff in the mountains. And he had Dilla on, and he just cried and said, man, this is just special.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like for somebody like from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Exactly.
But Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of fuck with that rap shit too. They just and a lot of people don't know they were founded by George Clinton.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Dilla was hitting the whole country, man. I mean, he just had an effect on everybody. Man.
Yeah.
So his music was just timeless, man. Legendary.
Yeah.
So rest in peace and happy birthday to him. Coming up on February the 8th, we got my man Anderson .Paak. Also Project Pat. Yes, sir. Also on the 8th, Turk from the Hot Boys. And then also on the 8th, Smoke DZA out of New York. And then also the last but not least, Capone from CNN. His birthday is also on the 8th as well.
All right.
So yeah, happy birthday to all of them. We got in the
we got the skipping the clap. Yeah, skipping the clap.
Man, we always gotta acknowledge my man Tony Baker, man. He's a fool, man.
Yeah, man. Real fool, believe.
Tell them who you came to see.
He done talks you better. Hey, brother, man, I'm tired of these niggas that they're taking my shit, man.
Right.
Tired of look at this.
Funny, man, we got you, man. All right. On to the next. Let's get into some new music.
All right.
My man Illa G, he just dropped a new joint called Fupa. You know, if y'all don't know what that is, you know, well, I ain't gonna explain it. Y'all should know. But
I've been on the BBW sites.
But he's always like making songs with weird titles like that.
Yeah.
But he just be killing it with the lyrics, man. I love it, man. He used to do a lot of songs with Duck Down and Sean Price and all of them.
Yeah.
And he's still doing his thing every now and then. You know, he'll drop a new joint. So shout out to Illa G. Also, my man Cannabis dropped a surprise album. Remember, I told you about a month ago he had just dropped an album called Caillou. Now he dropped a new one called One Step Closer to Infinity.
Cannabis.
Yeah, so yeah.
Cannabis monster.
Yeah, man, about a month apart. So my man's on his grind, man. So I like that.
But the world know the truth. You don't want me to shine. Yeah, I'm a cannabis person.
Yes, sir.
I got to talk to him on the phone one time.
Did you?
Yeah. Okay. Remember 102 when they used to do like the like around like 11 to 12, they used to do, they'll drop like some of the like, you know, underground scene. I forgot who ran that, but yeah, I talked to him for like an hour. He was like,
wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, well, not an hour. I gave him like 3 questions, and he was like, yeah, man. So what you were talking about, like who you working with and stuff. Like, I'm working with the 4 Horsemen. All the people you were talking about, yeah. So I was like, all right, man.
Wow.
Take it easy, man.
Right. I got to do that one time with Biggie and Craig Mack. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Yeah. It wasn't a long conversation, but they were here in town. They were on 102 and they were taking questions.
Mm-hmm.
So that was back in my my rapping days. So, you know, I just called in and luckily got through, and I just asked them like, what kind of advice they have for up and coming artists.
Yeah.
And so they were both talking to me, man. That was dope. I used to have it on tape, man, when I was back in my teenage years, but I don't know what happened.
Damn, dude, you know how much of that been, man, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me comb this house, you know.
Right.
Find that shit.
I still got some boxes with some tapes on it, so I might have it, but it's either, if it's not here, then I lost it at my father's old house.
Yeah.
Which has now been bought and resold. But either way.
You need to run up in that house.
Right.
Look, someone looking for the Biggie. Looking for the Biggie tape.
Right.
Oh, you talking about Ready to Nah!
Right.
Nah!
But yeah, man, that was that made me feel good, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, also one more thing on music. My man Redman has officially announced that Muddy Waters Part 2 will be dropping this year.
All right, let's clap that up.
We've been talking about that album for like 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
I'm like, about time. Because at one time he did like a Muddy Waters 2 mixtape.
Yeah.
And but then that was dope. You know what I mean? So, you know, they go R2G2
in the house.
Yeah, man. Appreciate both of y'all. See, we got 2 people on Instagram.
Yeah, T Lynn over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't read I need my glasses, so
damn, son, you getting old.
I only recognize.
Damn, you need your bifocals on. Goddamn. Well, I can't see this. Let me go
this. Yeah, man, I'm getting up there in age. You know, I'm getting the gray hairs and all of that, man. So it is what it is. You know, y'all got to deal with it. So shout out to T Lynn and R2G2 for joining us. Let's go ahead and jump into some topics, man. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about our resident funny topic. Jim Jones wants to do a versus with Jadakiss. How funny is that?
How funny that is? Hold on, let me get a.
Do we got a laugh track?
That's a horrible evil
right.
laugh. That's an evil laugh.
Evil, sinister laugh.
That was an evil, sinister laugh. But that's about right though. But yeah, I don't. Don't get me wrong. Now let me say something because I was telling Brittany about this last night.
Yeah.
Jim Jones has done, especially like as far as like the whole Dipset movement and everything like that, especially for him to it not to be his movement per se and him to take it, because like Cam was the head man. And he got to the point where he took over. I think, what I'm saying, he's up there. Like, but the thing of it is though, like when it comes to the rematch, I don't know, man. Like even with Jada going there alone, like no one ain't rewinding the Jim Jones version like that. They're not doing that. Jada don't spit no whack bars. So like what what's he doing?
Exactly.
I think he wasted people's time.
Yeah.
I don't think be honest with you, I don't think Jada's gonna entertain it. You know what I'm saying?
Because he would have said something by now. I think when Jim Jones said this about 4 or 5 days ago, at least, if not more.
Now, if he go at T.I., I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I think that would be when we had that conversation about T.I. trying to say, like, oh, none of y'all can stand when he da-da-da-da. I like to see. Now, Jim Jones need to go with T.I. Yeah. I think he need to direct his energy there. That would be great.
And most people are kind of laughing at T.I. because they're like, you had a chance to do a versus and you backed out. You punked out. So nobody cares. Don't say, you can't come out and say nobody can handle me and nobody can do a versus.
You
ran away from one that came right at you.
Well, let me tell you something. You don't want
that. But I mean, he still could have done it just to remind fans of his music. You know what I mean? He would have been just a loser, just like Rick Ross and 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz knew he couldn't beat Rick Ross.
No.
Right, but 2 Chainz was like, hey, they'll get to hear my music. You know what I mean? I'm just in it I'm in it for the music. But yeah, I mean, T.I. ain't nobody caring about what he said. But Jim Jones really needs to have several seats because, bro, you ain't stepping nowhere near Jadakiss. Now, if y'all had a physical boxing match, yeah, Jim Jones might do something. He been kind of working out.
But Jada been working out too.
Has he?
Yeah, man. Shit. Okay. You didn't see him after he won? He did the little 10 pull-ups.
Oh, yeah. I did see that.
Jada stay in shape. Feel good. I'm out here. I'm working, sweating. Got my juice bar. You know what I'm saying?
Knife work.
You got the knife work, gun work. Ain't no play out here. We ain't emotional over here. Ain't giving hugs out. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Jay. Shit.
He might not even win in that regard.
No,
but he definitely don't want that mic.
Hell,
he don't want the mic work.
Especially if they got to play dirty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it, man. We gonna have to poke Jim. Exactly. We gotta poke him. Somebody gonna take the fall, dude.
Yeah, we have to poke Jim. But yeah, man, that would be an interesting. I think Jada would if he said something, he would have to laugh about it. You know what I mean? Because he know. Anyway, but I would watch if they did it. You know what I mean? So anyway, but speaking of verses, the new verses coming up is Anthony Hamilton versus Music Soul Child, which will be airing on February 15th, the day after Thanksgiving. I think that's going to be interesting.
Valentine Day.
Oh, what did you say? Thanksgiving. Damn, what the hell wrong with me?
That sounds like something I would say, like my big fat ass, like this greedy
Told
ass
you, man,
talking about Thanksgiving.
The old age is creeping in there, man.
Fucking turkeys and goddamn gravy and shit. Mashed potatoes.
Damn,
greasy ass fat motherfucker. Yeah, man, it's turkey. Yeah, really, you know, happen after. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The business is the road, nigga. The road.
I mean, Valentine's Day. Yeah, February 15th. I ain't gonna lie, man. The last few months have kind of been a blur.
Well, and I was gonna say to that temperament, as far as like them, you know what I'm saying, doing it that day, I think it's smart. I mean, because they're not gonna compete with the Super Bowl. Right. Everybody's gonna be out Valentine's Day. You can't really do it that weekend because people are gonna go out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it was smart. I mean, it's a And plus, it's Black History Month. But first of all, let's clap it up for Black History Month.
Clap it up, man.
Let's clap it up for Black History Month.
Yes, sir.
Black on black on black on black on black on black on black.
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah. So
speaking of which, I gotta go check out the lyrical breakdown of how we did. With one of the dopest groups from the 90s.
Fan Glorious.
Yes, sir.
This is protected by the red, the black, and the green with a key. And I can't say it. We can't say it. We can't say it.
We'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone. Y'all know it.
Yeah, I know it. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they did that, and then it's kind of like a high, the high to kind of come down off of Valentine's Day. So I think that's good.
Bringing back the R&B and soul music. So I mean, I feel like Anthony Hamilton is the better.
Oh, facts.
But Music Soul Child got some definitely some memorable hits. So we shall see. I'm sure.
I mean, I like them. I like them both. And, I think as far as the range, I think Music Soul Child got them like on the, like as far as the notes and stuff. But I think, but as far as like, I don't know, man, like
catalog though,
and that raw emotion. I remember like when the Chappelle Show. You remember I think it was the second season. I forgot one of the episodes, but he brought Anthony Hamilton on there. You know how he does after the episodes.
Yeah, I remember.
And I just had it on this, and I think it was on the living room. My mom just happened to walk up, and she was just listening because she was just trying to. It was when like my sister was alive at the time. Yeah, and she's like, "Who is that?" I said, "Yeah, that's Anthony Hamilton." And the first time I kind of familiar with him because he did some joints for Freeway, and he did the a lot of stuff and collabs with Freeway and stuff like the what's that one song?
Yeah, he did one with Jada too, right?
Yeah, he did the Y the Y joint. He did that, but he did one with Free. I think the first one that I actually heard him do was a Freeway, and then he did the thing with Pop, the Thug Mansion joint. So he had that like soul, that real soul iconic, like you could put him in any era and he would shine. Man. Like
exactly. So that's gonna be a good one. I'm excited to see that one, man. So y'all let us know in the comments how y'all feel about that new verses. I've been waiting for them to announce something because they've been kind of
honestly, I hate to say it. The verses have been dope, and it'll be the first time we have like maybe a white boy on there. Anthony Hamilton versus Chris Stapleton. That would be good. Cause they both got that old soul. I mean, even with, I don't like country like that, but you can't deny Chris. You can't deny Chris Stapleton.
Let me tell you something. If that happened, them two, I wouldn't stand a chance. My wife loves Anthony Hamilton and Chris Stapleton. Both of them are like her favorite artists.
They like two sides of the same coin in a sense when it comes, not necessarily the genre, but when it comes to the craft. Like they really true to that craft. Yeah. I mean, man, Chris, Flatfoot sing, man.
Oh yeah.
That white boy. Man.
He could. I mean, when he sing live, it's like an album. It's like he got studio magic behind him. It's like, dude, how do you sound that good live? Yeah. So he's dope. Yeah. Same with Anthony Hamilton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, man, that happened, that would be crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy. I would love to see that.
But yeah, so that's what's coming up on the verses. I don't think we'll be seeing Jim Jones versus Jada. I hope Jada just leaves it alone and just don't even respond. But it is what it is. If it happens, we'll watch. All right. Let's move on. So Tisha Campbell says she almost got snatched up. I don't know what happened, but she said she was outside a hotel and almost got snatched up.
Yeah, man. Oh, I'm trying to think, man.
Oh, you good.
It's good.
But anyway, y'all let us know if y'all believe it. I know a lot of people are giving her flack, but I have to admit, I believe it. I think it's just the way she told the story that kind of sounded, a little dramatic for some people, and maybe it didn't sound authentic, but I don't see why she would make up something like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe she just went overly dramatic, or maybe she exaggerated. I don't know, but I'm sure something happened.
Well, like I said off the camera too, especially when she said Texas, like I said, she was talking about like the ride shares, like when she mentioned Uber specifically, but the ride shares don't come out that way.
Yeah,
and the reason being,
and that was one of the things people were saying. Oh, Uber's everywhere.
But nah, because I think I remember like a couple of years ago, there were certain parts of Texas that Uber couldn't go through, and I mean, so I could see it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm just saying I could see it.
Yeah, it seems plausible.
That traffic shit is real.
Yeah,
because it's what I'm saying, like my and actually, I mean, not to get too much in it, my my Brittany, she's not into trafficking obviously, but she's kind of behind the scenes on certain things, like on that aspect. Okay. And yeah, it is real. It is really real in the Carolinas, especially like where we at, like right now. Yeah, I believe it, man. Really real. Yeah. So yeah, you gotta and it's what I'm saying, it's really easy to do, especially like like the foreigners that get here and stuff. And then hell, I think there was like a couple weeks ago, like the Mexicans were trafficking Mexicans, like damn, like they were trying to do like the shit we're gonna do to us, y'all, like they did to us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like goddamn, you can't get mad at us.
Yeah, man. Hey, it is a real thing. It's probably just a lot of money in trafficking, man. So it's like almost everybody is in it. You can't trust nobody nowadays. So but basically, Tisha Campbell was saying that basically she was in a hotel and she's shooting a movie, and she needed an Uber, but found out they didn't do it there. So she asked somebody, just ask around, some guy gave her a number, like, yeah, call this number, they'll take care of you. And she said, when the truck or van pulled up, it looked kind of sketchy, like it was a little dirty. I think she said the back seat was out or something like that. And just, and then the guy just got out and was like, get it, just kind of with this weird tone about him. And then she was like, no, I'm not getting in there. And he just kept insisting, get in. So she was just like, no, I'm not doing it. But a lot of people were just giving her flack, like it just sounded like Jussie Smollett, So I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I think she's telling the truth. I think it's just the manner in which she told the story, that people don't like. So y'all let us know what y'all think. You know what I mean? Did she lie, or do you think this really happened? So I think it happened. But yeah, and we'll chop it up about that. And shout out to all the new subscribers we got on YouTube, man. We've been getting some subscribers on YouTube, man. So I appreciate that. Clap it up.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, man. I mean, we don't do nothing special. We just chop it up. You know what I mean? This is a fun hobby for us, and people like what we do. So I've been noticing we've been picking up on the subscribers and more comments and stuff like that. They appreciating what we do. So
yeah, man, we appreciate y'all, and yeah, man, and you know what I'm saying, one Jadakiss impression at a time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing.
One Tony Baker at a time.
One Tony Baker cannabis.
Tell them who you came to see. Really Triad. Man, listen. All right, so let's move on. Did you want to say anything more about Tisha Campbell?
Nah, we good.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to got a little thing about Whoopi Goldberg we want to talk about real quick. So, she hosts, she's one of the co-hosts of The View every day. And she's been suspended for 2 weeks for some remarks that she said about the Holocaust. So basically, I'm glad they didn't fire her, because nowadays they're quick to fire somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they didn't fire her, but basically, they were talking about the Holocaust, and I think somebody mentioned how racially motivated or whatever, and so she kind of interrupted and was like, "Actually, no, it wasn't about race," and she kind of put emphasis on that a couple of times. She was like, "No, it definitely wasn't about race. It wasn't about race," and so then she kind of explained, for her, it was more about just evil. just one group of people being evil to another group of people. So I don't think she meant any harm by it, but I think it was because she was so insistent on it wasn't about race. You know what I mean? I think that that's what made them say, okay, hold up, we gotta get you out of here because people are gonna be complaining about what you said, and I'm sure they got complaints because it kind of was about race, even though the Germans and the Jews, they all the same color basically, those Jews anyway, not the original Jews, but we're gonna leave that alone. Anyway, they said that she was basically saying sometimes the Germans couldn't even tell who the Jews were because they all kind of looked similar. And so that's why she was like, it wasn't really about race.
As a matter of fact, not to cut you off, there was actually some Jews, George Soros, who was actually in the fucking Nazi party.
Wow. Yeah, so, but it's one of those things, it could be right on both sides. You could say it's not about race because they do look so similar, but you could say it is about race because the Germans felt that they were superior in race to the Jewish people. So even though they were similar looking, there was still some situations there. So y'all tell us what y'all think. What do you think about the whole thing?
Like I said, man, there was some shit I said that I would not repeat.
That's off
right
camera.
now. That's shit off camera.
That's off camera.
That's off camera activity. I will say this: what constructs a Jewish race? Because to me it's confusing. Because how is Jewish like a race,
right,
and a religion,
right,
and a language? So, like you're being you're being anti-Semitic. That's not even the correct terminology because you're basically saying you're anti-language. That's all they're saying. That's the semantic or Shemitic. That's the proper way to say it. Is actually saying that you're against the language of Shem.
Yeah,
Noah's son.
Yep.
So and that was a little too much. So I'm gonna shut up about that.
But it's one of them things. I mean, it is a little bit of both. It's a little bit about the religion, but it's also a little bit about the racial heritage because original Jewish people were named after Judah from the Bible, and they were supposed to be people who were from that lineage of Judah and followed, but not only from his lineage, but followed his way of life, religion-wise. So that's why it's a little bit of both. So, you could say it as far as heritage, but you could also say it in religion as well. So, and Judah means like, I think it means guided or rightly guided or something like that. So, that's basically what it is. That's why it can be both. But it is what it is. We can talk about that whole subject for days. You know what I mean? But y'all let us know what y'all think. Were they right to suspend Whoopi? You know what I mean? Or should they have just kind of talked to her and clarified some things? Because they did talk to her, but could they have just given her a stern talking to and just said, "Hey, don't let that happen again"? Because I do think that they're right. When you're talking about certain things, you have to put it in a certain context. Like you can say, I feel that the issue wasn't about race. I feel, what I mean? But just to say it wasn't.
See, that damn camera got fucked up. They like, you stop talking about that.
Right.
Damn.
Damn,
that was bad.
One of our cameras were white out when I started talking about that.
Stop talking about it.
Right. You're treading thin water. But yeah, so it is what it is. I ain't gonna ramble about it, but that's all. But I do think it's no big deal that they suspended her. I mean, she sometimes you got to do something just to show the followers in good faith that we won't just let something happen. You know what I mean? So because they would have lost a lot of viewers had they not done anything. Yeah. I'm just glad that they didn't fire her because I think it was an honest mistake. I don't think she was like insisting. No, I know better because I was there. She has a lot of Jewish friends, and even I think some of her family is Jewish. So, And I think at one time she was practicing Judaism.
Yeah, well, I mean, the name, she give her the name Goldberg.
Right, exactly. So it is what it is, All right. Anything else you want to say about that? All right, so on to the next. Right. Before we get kicked off. Before we get kicked the fuck off. All right. So let's go back to Kanye doing his social media rant. So I wanted to kind of give a little more context to that. You know what I mean? So, and it was funny because he was taking snapshots of everything that Kim was doing and his daughter, just to prove to everybody that, he wasn't just talking crazy. But he took a snapshot where it showed his daughter North on, I believe it was TikTok.
Okay.
And so he was like, now that I'm divorced, what do y'all think? Should I not have access to or some say so in what my daughter is doing? Because I don't want her on TikTok, and yet my request is not being respected. Yeah. So, I do think he has a point there. You could at least gave him the opportunity to talk it out with you as the mother and just said, and that mean even if you don't agree with him, just say, okay, you make your point, I make my point, and then we meet somewhere in the middle.
To meet. Yeah. And well, that's the thing too. So I mean, with these videos, like it's just challenges, or I mean, I'm pretty sure she's not. Because she's not old enough.
Right. She's
not doing enough.
She's under. The TikTok age limit is 13 and up. Yeah. And so she's definitely under 13. I want to say she's probably like between 7 and 9.
Okay. So well, she's in and Kanye, especially like we're going to talk about the Tisha Campbell situation with her getting that traffic and stuff. And trust me, I think she'd be okay. She's protected. But I can understand as a father, what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't want everybody to look at my kid online because you do got people.
Yeah, there are some people that get ideas.
They prejudice and stuff out there. So from that perspective, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand though that, hey, she just want to do little challenges, she want to do little videos. And I could see like Kim saying, well, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Let that kid be a kid. Yeah. I can see both sides.
But for me, I can kind of agree with Kanye because if it's just a couple of little fun kid things that she's doing, let her do it on her mother's account. Not on her own account. I do think that can be a little dangerous. But Kim claims that she's supervised appropriately, we're watching and we're right there. But that's still, Kanye should have some say so in that. At least talk to him and say, hey, here's the situation, here's the circumstance. This is why I believe it is safe because I'm right next to her when she's doing it, or I'm standing right there across the room, I'm aiming the camera, I'm doing this, I'm watching. At least make your case. Give him a chance to make his case. Don't just shut him out. Because then they had the recent birthday party. He wanted to come. They wouldn't give him the address. So it's like, Kim acting real black right about now. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Kim's a nigga. I would say that. I don't mean it in a good way. I don't know why I sound like Bernie Mac. Right. You mean on the Kanye West side? Kanye, you a nigga.
Don't even get me started on that. But I honestly, I would not have expected for her to do that because I don't, there's no talk from either side that Kanye has ever been violent towards his kids or anything
I don't
like that. So it's like, why does he not have access to have a say so? If y'all divorce, but at least call the man and say, hey, this is what we're doing. You cool with that? Let's kind of hash it out.
Yeah, I mean, and she don't have any other kids.
Not outside of Kanye. They got 4 together.
Oh, they got 4.
Yeah, they got. I think it was 2 that were born together, and then 2 that were separate.
Oh, okay, I guess.
So North, I think, was one of the separate ones. But yeah, I believe it's 4. I might be wrong. But either way, man, I just think it's really sad how she's acting, treating our Kanye as far as Kim goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that, but like I said, it's just, And I think it's really going to backfire, really, because you can't really say, yeah, she can't go in that same soapbox and say black men ain't shit when you got he's up there trying to be active in that girl's life.
Yeah, he's making attempts. It's
like, so you can't really you can't say shit like that.
And I mean, you were married to this man, and so you know that you can talk to him and say, hey, sometimes you do act a little weird. So if I, give you the address, you gotta promise me that you're not gonna be doing no off the wall shit. You know? Something like that. Have a talk with him ahead of time. Let him know this is some of the stuff I think you do that may be a little off. So can you agree that not to do that, and just let him come. And then if he do act stupid, then you can say, hey, I gave you a chance. Now I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. Come on, man. To me, that's just she being over the top. You know what I mean? Now Kanye, I do think he messing himself up because he jumped into this little relationship with this new chick, and I do feel like he's gonna carry over a lot of baggage from that Kim situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sometimes that does happen when you rush into something. And I feel like he's just doing it as a rebound. Like, I just want to have somebody to show her, look, I got a new bitch. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah. So we all have.
I've been
there.
What I
mean? So I just, you got to be careful. That's the only reason I brought it up.
It's bad. It is bad.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, don't do this shit. Yeah, learn to be alone for a little bit.
Yeah.
For real.
He got the new chick like dressing like him and whatnot.
Dang. It's like, dang, she made it. So he made the new chick a nigga too. Like that.
Yeah. All type, man. And be showing up to events with the same type of outfits.
And use my nigga, boo.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It just really feels forced, man. It feels forced.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. She's probably, gonna get out of that.
Yep. So a couple more topics we got to get into before we wrap it up real quick. So one, I wanna also I meant this one we should have said a rest in peace to, and that's Amir Locke.
We can still do that.
Yeah, because he was shot and killed by police in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Much in the same way Breonna Taylor, her situation happened because they busted in his house and they released the footage of it too to the public. Now, in the footage, I didn't get to listen to it. I saw it, but I didn't get to hear the audio. But I'm going to go back and listen to it because the police are saying that they yelled out that they were doing a search warrant and blah, blah, blah before they kicked in the door. And people are saying that when they listen to the video, they're kicking in the door and then they start announcing after they kicked in the door. So it's probably one of them that's really right there on the line. It's the gray area. They probably said it right as they were kicking in the door. Well, actually, no, they got a key fob access to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm sure they probably did it at the last second. They probably didn't knock and say police or none of that. But it's really sad because what happened was they were doing a search warrant. And this was the wrong person, again, wrong house, from what I understand. And he was asleep because it was maybe late in the evening. And because somebody was coming in his door, he had a gun next to him and he reached for it. And because of that, you just busted in this man's house, though. What is he supposed to do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it was a legal gun. I want to stress that, a legal gun. So that's just, if y'all haven't heard, that's what's going on. So let's give him a rest in peace here, a moment of silence. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. Rest in peace to Amir Locke, man, because it's really sad to keep hearing stuff like this happening to Black people all the time, man. It's like
this is the thing I'm sick of. To me, it's like, can we at least agree that the police is overstepping on shit.
Yeah, absolutely. They are completely
whether it's black, white, because I've seen stories of white people getting harassed by the police.
It happens to everybody, man. They overstep because I think they feel like that little authority they got or that badge makes them, able to do whatever they want.
Because and while speaking to that, it was a couple years ago. There was a white woman. I think this was in Texas, oddly. Shout out Texas. I mean, Texas just getting it.
Right.
But I think she was running or whatnot. She had like an outfit on the jog and whatnot.
Okay.
Somebody behind her grabbed her hand. She snatched it away. It was a cop. But that's what I'm saying. The cop did it now.
Right.
And stuff like and then like you're and you know what I'm saying? She's a woman.
Right.
White woman at that, but still a woman.
Yeah.
So why would you know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? Why would you snatch her hand like that?
Right.
Like
There's no reason.
Yeah, if I was her, I'd done the same thing. I think I don't know. They handled her rough. I don't think they handled her rough. I can't remember if they did or not. But they did make her sit down somewhere. Like they made her sit down like on the concrete until they got stuff cleared up. But it's just like shit. They doing white women like they own women like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know they have
man, with us. That's crazy, man. I don't get it, man. I really don't. I don't get it at all.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. Like it's just. I'm not saying that, especially with other situations going on in the country, we got, you got, well, I ain't going to say Chicago because, that's, everybody uses that dynamic so much.
Right.
But New York get crazy.
Yeah.
New York get crazy. So I understand having police. I'm not saying defund or, we got to do away with it. No, we got to have somebody lock up motherfuckers. We gotta, motherfuckers are crazy. We gotta have that. But at the same time, it's like, man, like people that are law abiding, even if they do a petty crime, do they need to be, like, dang, you sold loose cigarettes at today's your day to die. Like, should you be judged, jury, execution, and then, oh, well, you happen to be at a traffic stop. You know what I'm saying? You have a legal firearm. It's your day to die. Oh, you were selling CDs. It's your day to die. Oh, you failed to turn on the turn signal. Oh, it's your day to die.
Right.
Oh, you were playing video games and we happen to be in the dark flashing lights. Oh, it's your day to die.
Right, exactly.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it really is, man. It's like I think they just feel like that's their only way to have the upper hand is to, just try to completely take control of the situation in an aggressive manner, and it doesn't need to be like that. Yeah, so it's crazy, man. And
I want to shout out Ron Davis. I know I know he ain't listening to this show, but shout him up because that's one he said something a couple years ago that I totally agree with. But why are these police people they're saying I'm scared for my life?
Right.
If you're trained, you shouldn't be scared. The train shouldn't be afraid of the train shouldn't be afraid of the untrained. That's like me right now going up to Brock Lesnar or fucking Mike Tyson say, yo, I'm gonna fuck y'all up. They would be laughing because they like, man, nah.
Right.
Cause they gonna look at me like, man, you ain't fight. Now if I came, now it was me, you, and a couple other guys, we got rowdy, like, yeah, we're gonna fuck you up. Yeah, they might do something because there's more of us. Right. They still gonna try to, even if we get him, it's gonna be a fight.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? He would take us, but like me by myself, nah, he gonna be really, man, come on, man. You're not gonna swing. You're not gonna swing, man. That's funny, man. You're real funny, man. Pretty much.
But yeah, I just really think it's sad, you know what I mean, that stuff like that keeps happening because, back in the day, and I can say this because of my age, you know what I mean, and what I witnessed, they didn't just shoot first and ask questions later, you know what I mean? They would, pull out the guns and point them at you. Look, you better stop. And if you didn't, then your ass might get shot. But nowadays, they just like, we ain't got time for the questions. you just so much as try to pick a booger out your nose. They're like, oh, he's a threat. Boom. He almost flicked the booger on me. You know, you saw him, Johnson.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, it's not Jake Johnson. Apparently, this nigga had an allergy problem and he just started sneezing.
Right. It was terrible.
Yeah, they had to kill him. Sprinkle some crack on him. No paperwork.
You know, and I mean, yeah, you know, we laugh, but you know, it's a serious situation for Amir Locke and his whole family.
Yeah, dude.
Which, you know, of course, they got the same attorneys everybody else got. Ben Crump. He on the job with every one of them.
Fuck
man.
that
I feel like he just. I feel like he's trying to just really capitalize on all these types of situations, and I mean.
Yeah, I mean that's all. I mean, granted he gets the family paid, but still, there's nothing being done.
Right.
You know, it's just like somebody said. You know, rest in peace to Steve Darby.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something that he said. Like, I can't get mad at the family ain't mad.
Right.
If they got paid off and said, like, how I'm gonna get mad?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna have to take somebody saying no to the money, like look, we actually want justice.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
yeah. So yeah, man. You know, like I said, man, our thoughts and prayers go out to that family of the Locke family. And you know, I hope they get justice, man, because these cops, man, they just and I'm not and again, I'm gonna be the first to tell you, I'm not saying that all cops is bad.
Oh no.
I would never say that. But I do think that there's a healthy number of them or percentage of them that just feel like they're above the law. And, you know, I'm trained and, you know, and I got to do it this way. And no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't always have to do that. That's an excuse. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We ain't gonna, you know, we're not going to win the argument because they're going to keep saying we, you know, this is how we're trained. No, but you still got common sense, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's certain people you should, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's something to do with, again, me and Brittany were talking about last night. Like, if most of the time, I think I heard someone say this, I don't remember, but they were basically saying, like, if you're a criminal and you get caught by the police, most of the time, the criminal usually, like, you know what I'm saying? They'll usually, like, stop. They'll usually, you know, they know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like, all right, you got it.
Right.
You got it.
Exactly.
But, like, someone, like, I think she was saying, like, someone was autistic and they was like, you know, and the cops just came up on and said, freeze, stop. And the autistic was like, look, I'm autistic. I don't know. Like, and like they kept messing with him and he kind of got crazy. Like, you know, like, I'm autistic. They shot that kid dead, man. Like, come on, man. Y'all can't tell when a person is like, you know, have mental illness.
They can tell.
And then on top of that, like he's hitting himself. How is he a threat to anybody else?
Right.
How come you can't? Now you can come out the car and say like, "Hey, man, you know, look, you know, we just want to ask you a question. Just calm down. Nothing's gonna happen to you." Kind of de-escalate the situation.
Right.
Y'all just gonna, you know what I'm saying?
But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's, you know, just like I said, man, just wanted to mention that, and you know, hopefully y'all will send thoughts and prayers to that family as well.
Definitely
for the justice of Amir Locke. We're gonna go ahead and jump into our last topic.
Oh yeah.
So Funk Flex, you know, y'all know he put out that list of his top 50 rappers, which was trash.
He lied.
He had some good people in there, but you know, overall, it wasn't a good list.
He lied. He lied.
So we said last week that we were gonna make a list of our top 10 group
hip hop groups.
So we kind of doing it on the groups, you know, and this is you know, dead or alive, no, you know, no stipulation on it or anything like that. And is that it?
Yeah, that's
that old man winter.
That's old man.
So we both, you know, came up with some good ideas for the top 10 groups. So, you know, so we're gonna kind of go through that, you know. Now for me, I think Cold Crush Brothers should definitely be on the list, but I also would like to have Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. That would be as 2. I think also Run DMC has to be included. I think EPMD has to be included. I think Wu-Tang has to be included. And, you know, there's a few others, you know what I mean? You know, we can mention, you know, I don't even know if I should even do it, but Sugar Hill Gang, they got a questionable pen.
Questionable pen.
As Funk Flex said.
Questionable pen.
Because we all know the story of anybody that's old enough to know the story knows that Big Bang Hank, you know, kind of took Grandmaster Caz's rhyme and, you know, made a lot of money off it, you know, whatever kind of money he made off it, you know, but Caz never got paid off of that, you know what I mean? So anyway, so, you know, but those, you know, and then you got groups like the Lots, you know, I definitely think they should be considered. You know, who else? Onyx, you know, we gotta consider them. So, you know, those are some of the ones that I thought of, and Howie, you know, had some similar ones, I'm sure. So, who did you come up with?
Okay, yeah, to redo the top 10 like 3 times getting here.
Mm-hmm.
First, let me mention before we do the list. Let me mention some honorable mentions on my list.
Yeah,
and let me make a disclaimer. This is not saying, oh, this is the end all of the list or anything like that. I know some people are gonna disagree with this. I'm cool with that. But these are the honorable mentions I got down for right now. I didn't get the chance to put the time I need to put in. I definitely put the Locks. Locks definitely should be on the list because of one, their longevity, testing the time, and for like who they went toe to toe with, and they still here. I mean, you know, for crying out loud. I mean, Styles P did a project with Havoc, you know, that
Wreckage
Man, and it is dope. So yeah, man.
That was dope.
So yeah, I mean, they definitely should be an honorable mention. Onyx is definitely an honorable mention, especially for what they brought to hip hop, the energy they brought. I mean, I kind of even like with groups like MOP, they kind of brought that mainstream a little bit, you know, more so. I definitely gotta say 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs. Yeah, they had the little versus joint, but I definitely have to say, as far as what they did for, you know, the whole Memphis scene and for like Southern hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You got to give it to Atlanta on certain stuff, but yeah, Memphis definitely did some stuff. And like I said, Bone Thugs definitely won the only group that did songs with Big Pop and Eazy-E. So
yep, they did, you know, because Eazy-E was the one that kind of found them.
Yeah.
So I knew they were going to have some joints with him. They did a few songs with him, I believe. And it was dope that they did Big and Pop, you know what I mean? So, and both songs were really good too.
Yeah. So here's my list. Top group, Run DMC.
Okay.
That's my number 1.
All right, Run DMC.
2 is EPMD.
EPMD. We can both agree on both of those.
3 is Public Enemy.
Public Enemy. I hadn't thought about that.
4 is Wu-Tang.
Okay, Wu-Tang.
5 is Outkast.
Outkast. Okay.
6 is Tribe Called Quest.
Tribe. Yes.
These could be interchangeable. I'm gonna go ahead and say them out. UGK, Mobb Deep.
Okay. UGK.
So that's Deep. 7. That's 7 and 8. 9 to put Cypress Hill.
Yep. I had them as an honorable mention.
And 10 Beastie Boys.
Oh, okay. Beasties, yes.
So that's kind of what I did. I mean, just to get a synopsis of each group. Beastie Boys, love them or hate them. One thing I respect about it, they never changed their style. They kept old school, and all the way up until like you know, rest in peace the MCA. Rest in peace MCA, and they kept all the way up with that. Cyphers I gotta give because man, like they were just something to be reckoned with. Muggs kind of came from that EPMD camp a little bit.
And they're still making music. Right now.
Yeah, like that production style. You know what I'm saying? And with Insane in the Membrane, that was just, man, that shit was just huge.
Oh yeah, they came out the box swinging, man.
Yeah, Mobb Deep. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep, like fucking Prodigy, man. R.I.P. Man, dude. Prodigy's that dude, man. Man. And don't get me wrong, Havoc's nice. He was definitely. I would say Havoc was probably, and that's probably why Kanye say that was his favorite group, because with the whole Gemini energy, they both Geminis, but they you know what I'm saying, like they got you know what I'm saying, that energy has producing, and P with the rhymes and stuff. So they definitely up there. UGK.
Yeah, and matter of fact, real quick before you go too far, Ice-T recently said that Prodigy was his favorite rapper of all time.
Yeah, man. Like Prodigy was like, for me, he wasn't a Nas, but he definitely was like, he definitely hold his own against anybody. He's another dude that, like, just like with the Lox, they went up against people and they were just still there. Like, you know what I'm saying? They went up against like Pac, Jay, like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was supposed to, your career is supposed to be ended, but they stood toe to toe with them. UGK, I mean, come on, man. Like, they were doing their thing down in Texas. They beat out Chris Cross. I was listening to them, listen to Bun B rather, on Nas with the Queensbridge, the bridge story.
Yeah.
And basically he was saying that they beat it out. Like in Texas, their district, they beat it out crisscross. And so then I said, ultimately they lost the war, but they won that battle. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they got picked up. So I got to give it to UGK.
Yeah, they came a long way, man. And I hate that my man had to pass away, but they made a lot of good music while he was alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one thing they were saying too. Like UGK and Mobb Deep would be a good versus because they both lost the
members.
Even have was saying.
Yeah, I can see that being a good one.
Tribe Called Quest. I mean, come on, man. Low End Theory. That's all we need. That's all I need to say about that.
I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yeah,
man.
Low End Theory.
I was like, Low End Theory. Tribe, yes.
Yeah, Low End Theory.
Yeah, man. I mean, Low End Theory. I mean, a lot of this stuff was just classics for me, man.
Outkast. I mean, they have not put out a bad project. At all.
Yeah.
And they have some of the illest collabs with some of the illest people. So definitely Outkast.
Yeah, and then you got to give an honorable mention to groups like the Fugees and the Roots. You know what I mean? Because even though the Roots ain't really a full crew anymore, a couple of them have died and stuff like that. But what's the name is still making music? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Black Thought.
Black Thought. Yeah.
Wu-Tang, I mean, I don't even need it. That's a given.
That's self-explanatory.
That's self-explanatory. Public Enemy. Reason why I chose Public Enemy, because like I looked at their doc, man, and their music. Public Enemy is the Black experience. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Absolutely.
Public Enemy is the Black experience. Absolutely. You have every facet of a Black person in that group. You got Chuck D with the militant joint. You know what I'm saying? You had, Professor Griff with the information. You had the jokester, with Flavor Flav. He had Terminator X. You know what I'm saying? He was quite spoke with the hands. The S1Ws. That was that was the Black experience on wax.
I agree.
On wax. EPMD. Come on, man.
EPMD is another one that's self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory.
Number one.
It wouldn't be no EPMD. It wouldn't be no Woo with EPMD.
Exactly. I mean, EPMD as a force, they were as just an original group. They were a force, but then they started introducing all these other groups. Joss Effects, Redman, Keith Murray, K Solo. It's like they started bringing out all these, and it's like, man, they're responsible for a lot of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, and they're the most sampled. I didn't. Yeah.
And production-wise, Eric Sermon was all over the place.
Yep.
He was producing from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah.
So everybody was on his stuff, man. So yeah.
And then Run DMC.
Yeah, another one, self-explanatory.
Run DMC and Wu-Tang Clan is our Beatles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the reason why no matter what I did with the list, I put Run DMC at the top. Not because they're like so great lyrically or anything like that. They are still the blueprint of, like, they are the bridge between the old school and the new school. They're the bridge between everybody's still kind of doing what they did. Absolutely. They're that blueprint. They kind of just made it, and it's like, here it is. So,
yeah, and for them, to me, Run was more of a lyricist than DMC, but they had a healthy balance because it's like Run had this ability to spit real good with the flow and the lyrics, but DMC had this rock and roll, larger than life mentality that really just made him like a giant in the group. You know what I mean? So it was such a good balance. Sometimes Run would do the beatbox, and they had Jam Master Jay. I mean, one of the best to ever do it on the Wheels of Steel.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you can't deny, like you said, they bridge the gap between old school and new. And then they're the ones who also, help people like LL Cool J come up.
Oh, facts.
So yeah.
Like, without Run DMC, they've been like, I mean.
So that's you can't deny that. Now we had most of some of the same ones. We both agreed on Run DMC and EPMD and Wu and the Locks. I had a few different ones. I had the Cold Crush because I felt like, they were early pioneers and they had great lyricists like Grandmaster Caz in there. And, I think it was really important to have people like that because if they weren't great, you wouldn't have a Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I mean?
Oh, facts. And then on top of that, too, now I will say this. They didn't do the metrics right on them either, as far as like the tapes, because I ain't even heard Caz say, I think that's when we first met, remember? Mm-hmm. Back, and I told you, like, yeah, man. And I was like, yeah, man, Caz always said somebody got a Cold Crush record in New York.
Right.
They always had Cold Crush records. I don't know how many we sold.
Their tapes somebody was all over the place, man. Cold Crush tapes was all over the place, man. So, and then, for me, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, they were another one. Had some dope lyricists like Melly Mel. And, they kicked in a lot of doors and they really tackled, good subjects. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They didn't just rap. They was actually trying to bring you a message. No pun intended, but, they were trying to bring you a message.
Shout for no state, not blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows you go through.
So, yeah. So I had to have them on my list as well, man. So, yeah. Onyx, I definitely agree with. I think they were really big because they kind of had a hip hop, but also almost a rock and roll elements to them as well. You kind of felt that with the slam and just the boldness of their lyrics. They weren't just trying to be monotone; they was trying to be over the top. You know what I mean? Throw your guns in the air, man. Listen, when I heard that song, that was their first song that they ever released. I immediately was like, I want the whole fucking album. I bought that album immediately when it came out. Back the fuck up. Man, and almost every song was good.
Yeah, that album cover was clever too.
Yeah.
God, that was clever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Onyx is crazy.
Yeah, so, you got to include Onyx as well. I forgot who else I said. I was going to put the Fat Boys on, but I'm not sure. I'm still on the fence about them.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're going to work together, me and Howie, and come up with what we can agree on is a master list of 10 of the best groups ever. Right now we're just giving our opinions on what, so we're going to kind of put it all together and come up with a list, and then we'll post it like on IG and Facebook and all of that. You know what I mean? So maybe Twitter too. So yeah. But yeah, I can't remember who else I said. I have it on my phone, but I don't have it written on my paper right here. But the Beastie Boys, I do think they should have an honorable mention because they did a lot for hip hop and showing that, white people were good enough to be in that space as well, as long as you had that hip hop mentality, and you just wanted to represent, you know, and they kept it real. They didn't try to be, oh, we're thugs and we're street. No, they just did their thing. You know, this is us. We drink beer and act foolish on stage. And,
it was actually a punk rock group.
Yeah,
before they was.
I heard about
group.
that.
Yeah, I actually had that album somewhere on cassette, like some old bullshit.
Wow, you might be able to get some money for that one right there.
Yeah, actually, Lord, man, I hate. That was the religious experience thing. Like, yeah, you know.
Man, listen, I threw so much stuff away.
Man, I wish
we both went through that same thing.
Yeah, man, I had that on cassette. I bought that for like a low.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I see that again. Yeah, because that's another thing too about them. Like they kind of went back into some of that with on what's that? Ill Communications, the '95 album. I mean, they did some hip hop, which is incredible. But then they did do good little punk rock stuff, like on between certain skits and stuff. So, but anyway, I didn't mean to go ahead.
That was pretty much it. I did want to give a quick honorable mention. I just remembered something. Shout out to Eminem. He has been nominated for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, he didn't win, but he's been nominated. So that's pretty fucking big. Yeah.
So did they have to wait or what's happening? That's the thing.
I don't know how they figure it out, man. I never really paid attention, man, but I'm just happy that, you know, he's been nominated. I thought he had been nominated before. But you know, I'm glad he has. So you know,
he definitely should be nominated. I mean, as far as like the impact of what he's done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I can't take that away from him.
But yeah, I think that was all I could think of as far as groups. Like I said, we're gonna come up with a list, and we'll post it on Instagram. You know, try to come up with a good, healthy balance list, because there's a lot of groups out there. You know what I mean? But there's some that we chose purposely not to put in, because you can look at groups like Eric B and Rakim as a group, but it wasn't really, you know what I mean? Still only one rapper. So, you know, even like Main Source, you know what I mean? They were dope, but I mean, it was only one rapper, just had two DJs.
Yeah.
So, you know, stuff like that, we kind of crossed them out. Because if you didn't have two or more rappers, I don't think you should be included on the groups. So yeah, that's all I had to say, man. I think we can go ahead and close it out. Did you have anything else to say?
No, I think that's it. What time, like as far as like the list getting together, when's the deadline?
Yeah, we can try to have it done either tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
You know, 'cause I mean, it ain't gonna be too much to it. You know what I mean? We got enough for a good list. We just gotta figure out who represented the best, so we can make our final decision. So
executive decision will be made.
Yeah. So but yeah, so you know, that's where we at. But you know, this has been episode 194, Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We appreciate.
I was gonna say this. Next week, we probably will not have the show because, you know, the Valentine's Day, and I gotta take my baby out.
Okay,
so,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? And she deserves it. She's been through a lot. She done the thing. We give her flowers.
Yeah, man. She put up with you.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
She put up my crazy ass. I love you, man. I really mean that.
Hey,
I ain't trying to be soft, man. Ain't nothing around here. Yo, we ain't trying to get emotional. We ain't trying to get emotional around here. You got to poke this nigga shit. Trying to get emotional. Jack Knight flirt. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So, but yeah, that's dope, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We always felt like it was just not that necessary, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, it's, you know, oh damn. There it goes. It's like, man, fuck camera. Get the camera. Fuck with me. Nah, but I mean, talking about Valentine. Right. But I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but you know, I'm just using it to, you know, recognize.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean,
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying. We just kind of agreed that.
No, I mean, because I get it. You know, everybody. You know, all these holidays on the Babylon system and shit. Yeah. Like, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, we just. he taking the day. You know, I'm appreciating my lady. Oh, let me ask one quick question.
Yeah.
So as a man, because we was I think some people was talking about this the other day. Do you expect anything for Valentine's Day? As a man?
Not really. No.
That's what I don't either.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
I expect some, but you know. I expect so. Yeah.
Give me some attention. But yeah, you know, other than that, no. You know, but no, I mean, it's never. Nah, I don't expect nothing. I mean, if you do something for me, that's nice. I definitely appreciate it. But no, I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck didn't I get a card? Oh, why didn't I get a bouquet of flowers?
How come a nigga didn't get no chocolate?
Right.
How come a nigga didn't get no
But yeah, so no, I don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is. I think everybody kind of celebrates that a little bit different.
Yeah.
Especially in the days and times we live in. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Hell is I don't know. We'll let it go. Is it gonna be are you gonna be doing a lyrical breakdown this week? Because I think I got a lost in thought in mind, but I'm not sure. I might have something on a lyrical breakdown, but you know,
I might have something. Okay. Just get with me.
Yeah,
and then too, remember we're gonna midweek we'll try to get
we're
gonna try to get some new equipment, everybody, so everything will be, you know, so we can be a little bit more professional around here. Professional, you know.
We had some technical difficulties, you know, some technicolor difficulties.
You know, technicality.
So, you know, we kind of right now, you know, we just doing our thing in a different way. Our mics are a little bit I don't know if it's the mics, you know, we had our issues with the mics, but it's either the mics or the little soundboard that we got. So we kind of stopped trying to do that soundboard just in case. Because there was times when we was recording and go back and listen to it and ain't no audio, or it's really low to the point where you just like got to put your head all the way to the screen. Like, what the hell? So yeah.
We're going to get some shit.
Yeah, we're going to get it right.
We'll get it right.
But anyway, so yeah, that's it for the episode. You know, like I said, episode 194.
194.
Y'all don't forget, hit all the buttons, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. We need funds allocated to be used to build the school.
Exactly. We need it immediately. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. This is your man, Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we'll see y'all on the next one, all right?
Hey.